Good morning and welcome back to Apple Tree Allotment. Down here on a Sunday morning, nice and early again. Last week I moved the fruit tree from this position here. It's quite a big tree, it's about 3 meters tall or something. So we moved that over to the orchard area on the allotment. It's a sort of community area, so we'll still look after that tree, but it's opened up this space for us. So we've got this nice big area. It's about 2.5 meters wide by 2 meters, and I'm going to put 2 new raised beds in there. So I've, just like these 2 I built a few weeks ago, I'm going to build 2 beds. I've got decking wood. Definitely I could do 2 level one, or I could do 2 1 level out of decking. I'm thinking about it. I'm tempted to do a 2 level 1 box and then find some more wood, probably be different kind of wood for the other box. It's quite slippy today, nearly hit the mud then. So I've got quite a lot of bits of decking that I've collected from old projects on the allotments. So what I'm going to do is dig it out, all the big bits, and measure up and see what the sort of best use of this wood is. And if I can only make one deeper one out of it, I'll do that today. And then maybe another day I'll use some of this other thicker wood to make another bed. I quite like the deeper beds, so that I can get, especially when I'm doing sort of potatoes or something with sort of deeper roots, like sweet corn, something like that. It's not so bad for things like courgette, for instance, that's quite shallow. I do like these sort of taller beds where you can really lean over them and get them nice deeply filled. Our soil's quite heavy clay. This bed's actually not too bad. It has been worked quite a lot, I think, but even so, it is still quite heavy clay. To try and dig in it and stuff it's not particularly fun. It's sticky and very very sort of heavy to work. So I do like to get a raised bed in. So my first job is to dig out the bits of wood, bits of old decking, find the best bits, ideally bits without any rotting or anything, cut those bits out. I'm going to get those out, and then I'll have a measure up and see what we can make. I've had to dig through the wood pile and pulled out the best bits of decking. So I've got 4 good long planks, and I found 4 that will go for widthways. So I had to measure up, and this bed is a slightly different shape. I'm trying to work within these paving slabs and line up with everything else, and try and make it a little bit symmetrical. It's not all quite lined up, so they're slightly longer than the beds I'd made before, and slightly not quite as wide. So it probably should be about the same area, but slightly different. But I want to work within them because these paving slabs are good. They're very useful for walking on. So we'll work with what we got. So I'm going to start by measuring and cutting these 4 big ones and the end ones, and then I need to find some corner posts as well. So I'll get those cut up, and then I'll find some wood to do the corner posts. I've got quite a lot of smaller wood, sort of 1 inch square kind of stuff, or maybe a bit bigger. There's a load down here I pulled out of some of the old beds, so a lot of this kind of stuff will do. yeah, I've got all my wood measured and cut, and I've got the little corner posts done as well. So I've just laid it all out. I'm going to do one on this side first, so I can line it up with these paving slabs. There's one that just sort of edges out here, so I'll use that for a guide. The wood, obviously this is all recycled, reclaimed wood, so there is one that's slightly taller than the rest, which is probably going to annoy the hell out of me, but it will work. It's only about maybe a centimetre taller or something. Yeah, all the rest is good. The wood's all good. There's no rot in it. No, you know, it's all been looked after. So yeah, time to find some nails and a hammer and put that box together. I've got the two ends nailed together, so I've put the supports either end of those. It makes it easier to sort out the longer sides. So I'm going to start adding the bottom rungs on the sides, and then I can add the supports in the middle as well. Just give it a little bit of extra strength. So there's the finished first bed. Got all the supports in, got one either side in the middle, just to tie those two boards together. And in each corner, a slightly taller one. It didn't turn out too bad. It is about just over a centimetre, maybe a bit more over. But it's okay. I'll put it on the inside by the path so you don't see it so much as you're walking into the allotment. Yes, I'm pretty pleased with that. It's all looks good. I didn't have time this week to go and get soil, so I'll try and do that next week. And I'll lay down card. I've got some card in the shed, so I'll lay that down at the bottom and fill it up with the soil improver, and then a bit of compost maybe. Yeah, so that's the first bed made. Quite happy with that. I've got the other side to make. On the path at some point I'll get more bark chips and do the middle and do this path down the side, but I'll get the beds and the soil in first, so I know exactly where they need to go. It all lined up with the paths quite nicely. This bit of the path isn't too bad. It's quite straight, so that did work quite well. Some of it's a little bit all over the place. Yeah, that looks good. It's quite satisfying having the nice paved path there, and lining up with the other beds. So, yep, so that's that. I'll try and get some soil, and then I'll have to have another dig through the wood pile. I have got these chunkier bits. I'm not sure if I've got enough, but they're a bit deeper than a decking, I think. So I might be able to do something with those, see if I can make another bed out of those. We're sort of running out of the decking now. But yeah, it's good to get another bed in, getting closer to spring. Everything else is looking okay. I think it's quite early in the morning, but I think the rest of the day is supposed to be okay weather-wise, just to brighten up. I think it's still only about 9. So yeah, nice and peaceful down here. No one else down here still. Everything's looking good. I hope you enjoyed seeing more progress on the plot, more beds going in. I did go and have a check on the tree that we planted last week, and that's looking really good. It's looking happy there, so that's nice. Hopefully we'll get some fruit from that. I don't think it fruited last year, but it should be getting towards the time when it will. Yeah, hope you're all keeping well and enjoyed watching that, and look forward to talking to you next week.